Welcome back to another edition. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Wednesday evening. It's Thiology 101 Injury Report, middle of the week, where we kind of have an idea of what the Bills will be tracking into the game against the New England Patriots. A big, huge game coming up this Sunday, where we will find out who the king of the East is. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the king of the East at the moment happens to be the New England Patriots for now. I truly believe this game is going to be, obviously everybody knows it's a big game coming up, but I think we even the odds a little bit. I think we even the series 1-1, and then we let the chips let the chips fall where they need to fall. And then we'll find out if the Bills truly are the best team in the East. So we're going to find that out. It'll take some time, but what we need to do is handle our business sooner than later. And that is the later is now coming this Sunday. So we got injuries to talk about. My main man is going to be joining me anytime soon. So he's ready to go. Oh, yeah, he's giving me the thumbs up. He's ready to go. And we will get into the injury report in just a moment. And you guys know what time it is. I got to get this guy my intro and his intro, and we'll see you in just a second. We'll see you in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, my guy. Oh, wait a minute. What do we have here? Yo. Hey. Oh. Hey. Love it. Thigh Doc in the building. Listen, that's your intro every time you come in going forward.
Yo.
That's it. That's it. That's the intro right there. Look at those hams, boy. Listen, doing all those lunges. Don't pull a hammy on me now. Because we keep getting those injuries, man. They're gonna be calling you. They're gonna be calling you, bro. All right, my man. Thigh.
I gotta building. I do have to balance it out.
Injuries. Talk to me. What'd you say, buddy?
I do have to balance out the hamstrings.
Well, you gotta stretch them out.
Quite thigh dominant.
Yeah, you gotta stretch them out, baby. You gotta stretch them out. That's all we gotta talk about.
Who's excited for Patriots week?
Let me tell you something. I'm actually jacked for Patriots. I don't know if our timing is off. Are we good? You got me? We were talking at the same time for a moment there. All right, we good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are we excited? That's an understatement. I'm jacked for this game. I really do feel that these Bills are going to come in and I'm not saying they're going to put belt to ass. It's not that case, but it's going to be a drastically different game. Like what they encountered week 5 is not what you're going to see this come around. This time we do this. So I think it's going to be a much different game. I think you're going to see a lot more physicality from the Bills. I mean, Vrabel likes to talk about how violent and physical these guys will be. I think there's really not much conversation to be had. They know what time it is, and the time is now to handle business. So I think the Bills are going to do that. But we need to talk about who's going to be available. You know what I mean? We can talk all this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but who's going to be available? So Thigh Doc, this is where you shine. This is where you let the people know what's happening. So let us begin with which player do you want to talk? I'm going to let you start. Which one do you want to start with? And we'll just go from there.
They're all available. This is good news.
Explain yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm about to put the screen up and we can talk about each and every player and we can really see who's truly available. So you talk to me. I'm looking at this list here, sir, and I'm seeing I did not practice from Dawson Knox, but that was personal. So I mean, he's dealing with his own issues right now. Josh Palmer, let's start with Josh Palmer because last week, him walking into I guess when they walk into the entrance, he was hobbling. How do you go from hobbling one moment and I'm limited, I'm ready to go, and I see that he was chatting with the media and it seems like he's ready to go. That didn't give me any impression that I'm confident to have him on the field and be impactful. You tell me something different.
I mean, listen, the injury was so long ago. He probably just tweaked it a little bit in practice. not good enough to get back into the fold for the mix for the game. But yeah, he talked like his injury's in the past tense and he's ready to go. Do I think he's 100%? No. Is he probably good enough to play? Yes. Now, listen, I say they're all available because if this is a playoff game, these guys can all go. But it will come down to numbers and who the team wants to be aggressive with. So one by one, each of the guys who are limited, would they benefit from another week off? Absolutely. But is this a big game? It is. And now it's a big game, and there's also a month left of football, okay?
Right.
So if one of these guys get aggravated, they have time to heal up for the playoffs, which is a benefit right now. It's not like this is like week 17, week 18. But with that said, I think they're all going to be active. We can start from the top of the list, like Terrell Bernard.
Let's do it.
Dislocated elbow.
Yep.
Don't want to toot my own horn, but if you're following me on Twitter, you would have known he had a dislocated elbow before you got back from the injury, from the commercial break, with the timeline. So, and it lines up. So 3 weeks ish, 2 you can play. He's at 2.5 going on 3. He'll have to wear a brace, and he had the ankle stuff earlier, so this kind of benefits his ankle from coming back to full health. But how's the team going to want to handle this? Because you got Shaq Thompson, who's playing probably the highest level of all the linebackers. Now, is it good to have quality depth? It is. What message does that send to the team if he's healthy and he's not starting? I don't know how they're going to play that, but that'll be an interesting one to watch. Would he be an easy one to sit for another week so you didn't have to deal with that decision? Absolutely. So we'll see how that goes. Go ahead.
That would be, in my opinion, that would probably be the best thing to do. So that way there is no, I feel like we did that to someone this year where we kept them out a little longer just so we have the opportunity to play somebody else. I can't recall who the player was, but it just felt that way. You know what? It was Shavers. It was Shavers with not, and it was not an injury related situation, but it was the suspension of Keon Coleman, or the benching of Keon Coleman. And then the second game when they benched him, it was more so, let's see what Shavers looks like. Let's keep that brother out for a bit, make him inactive, and then we'll see what Shavers. So this is this situation here with Bernard. So I remember vividly when you called it, you said, hey, man, because I thought it was a lot more serious than it was. And you're like, nah, man, that's a dislocated elbow, or was it elbow? Was it the dislocation of the elbow? And you're like, a couple weeks. I was like, couple weeks? Like, a couple weeks to come back and play.
Because it's a stable joint, it only goes like this pretty much.
Right.
They're easy to come back from. Strong ligaments. So barring that he had a fracture or like a torn Tommy John ligament, that would slow down the recovery, obviously. But just a dislocation, pop it back in, it's going to hurt 10 days, and then you start healing. You got the motion, you can play, you can tolerate the pain, you can play. He's definitely going to wear a brace that's going to limit it from getting pulled out. Will it affect his tackling? Yes. I mean, you're going to have some, you're going to tackle him. It's going to be not the same. You're going to have a little less strength, and you can get a bout of pain, like a sharp pain, which you'll release your arms, which will be a missed tackle. Missed tackles are an issue. So it's not perfect, but, if he's your star player and let's say 85-90% of your linebacker is better than your backup, you play him. But his 100% this year is not up to what Shaq Thompson's doing, which leaves you in a little bit of a conundrum. But again, he should be ready to go. Now, what's been struggling with him, though, is his ankle. And if there was any silver lining of having the elbow injury, it's a couple more weeks off of that ankle. So we'll see if he's the same player when he comes back.
All right, so you seem to know this coaching staff somewhat, and you're a bit of you like to dig, you like to go through the archives and figure out who's doing what, and if I need something investigated, I know exactly who I'm calling, and that's you, my guy. So if you were to just take a guess, do they sit Bernard this week, or do they roll with a hot hand with Shaq Thompson and let Milano and Shaq Thompson handle the duties, or do you insert Bernard because, listen, he's good to go, he wants to play, Get him in there. What do you think they're going to do?
Andy's your captain.
And he's your captain.
Which is another layer. So what do I think they do? I think they have to what I think they should do is instead of spelling Milano with Dorian Williams, you spell Milano with Bernard, and then you can play it off like, hey, he's kind of limited. Plus, it gives him a look at the other position because he's been playing Mike. Now you can put him at outside linebacker, spell with Milano, and see if it's a good fit because you're going to have to consider doing that moving forward.
100%.
Barring that the team is just like, hey, he's not himself because of his ankle, and that's the only reason that there's been a drop in play. Get that fixed up in the offseason. He should go back to good old Bernard. Get him a look at outside backers. I don't know if it's a fit. I'm not the coaching staff. I don't know if it is or not. But that would be my ideal situation. Then you can kind of use the protection that he's dealing with the injury. He's not 100%. But he's getting his feet wet and trying a new position at the same time. Now, if he can't do it, it's not going to happen because you don't want to have him making a huge mistake in a pivotal matchup. So, just what this fella said. So, an easy thing to do would sit him. I mean, Shaq Thompson hasn't been Mr. Resilience all year. I mean, he's got multiple hamstring strains, and Milano's a ticking time bomb as always.
Yeah,
so. If you do sit him, one of these guys can go down this week, and then you don't have to make the decision next week. But what I'm trying to say, though, the take-home message is he's ready. So, if they want him, they'll put him out there. Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. All right, so we will be paying attention. I guess obviously for tomorrow, we'll see how it goes for him. I mean, I don't anticipate anything changing. He'll be limited the rest of the week, or maybe he'll be full tomorrow and then full the next day, and then now there's no question about it. So we'll monitor and take a look to see. I see Cole Bishop on the list, but it's a calf injury. He fully practiced today. We assume that he'll fully practice for the rest of the week, and that should not be an issue. Joey Bosa. Oh, go ahead.
One thing on Bishop, though.
Cole Bishop. Yep.
Yeah, I know he's full, and there's no alarm to sound here. But for a guy who has been documented as having cramps, it's rare that he would pop up on the injury report with a designation like that. So I'm still 95% feel good on Bishop, but just have a little side eye on why is the calf actually listed? Is something going on? What was the cramp that bad that it like strained it a little bit? I don't know. Rare to see that, but just keep an eye on it.
I always figured that whatever ailment that any player is going through, whether they felt sick to their tummy or whatever the case is, they have to declare that somebody was, threw something in there. I have no idea, but maybe, if it's minor, don't bother. But if this case, the fact that you're saying, yo, pay attention to this, because like if it was just a cramping up the cap, but he's on the injury list, could it be more? Pay attention. I'm with you. I like that. You don't let you turn over every rock. I love that about you, brother. I love that. All right, here we go. Next one, Joey Bosa. This is a big one, by the way. Shout out to my man, Maybach Mel, big Patriots fan. I'm sure he's waiting for this game. I'm gonna tell you right now, Maybach. It ain't gonna be the same way from week 5. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And if Diggs knows what's good for him, tell him not to hide in the slot. Don't hide in the slot. Come to the wide side. Come to the boundary. You know what I'm saying? Let 4-7 handle business. Don't be hiding yourself in the slot position. Anyway, you let my man Diggs know that. All right, let's get to our guy Joey Bosa. We missed him dearly last game against the Cincinnati Bengals. He needed that week of, I guess, healing, rest, whatever you want to call it. Let's talk about Joey Bosa. Why he sat out. What could it look like for him coming into this game?
Got it. All right. So again, got to read the tea leaves here. So Bosa had a hamstring strain. Now, the average return to play is 2 weeks. Rarely do guys just jump back in that quick. But you see these more with – all right, let's take it from the top. A lot of times with a skill player, you're going to see it take more than 2 weeks, okay? They're skill players. He's a defensive lineman that bodes well for early recovery. Then you got to look at it like what was his reaction and how did he handle after he was injured. Now, I know he didn't come back on the field, but he went out, shook hands without a limp, having fun in the locker room. Coach alluded that it can be a 1 to 2 week thing or a 3 to 4. So he kind of was a little wishy-washy, but gave that sliver that he could come back in 2 weeks. So with the average return to play is 2 weeks with a hamstring, but assuming this is a very mild strain, he's already limited on a Wednesday, which bodes really well. I think they're planning to play him. And this is a position group that is getting nothing when he's not in there. So
Facts.
there is a little pressure to bring him back for a game like this. Now, this is like it's not like this is like the only big game for the next 4 weeks, but this will set off how they're going to approach the next 3 weeks. You lose this game, the division's over. Now you just want to secure a playoff spot. You could rest guys at the end. You win this game. This is like your little mini Super Bowl before the playoffs. You win this game, it's ball to the wall to the end. So you got to bring your best this week. And knowing that and having the fallback that if it does get tweaked, he has time to rest for the playoffs. Joey Bosa is going to play in this game. Is he going to have limited snap counts? Sure. Are you going to see him out there trying to chase down a guy 20 yards down the field? I think he's a veteran and he knows not to do that and blow a tire. So don't get frustrated if you feel like his pursuit effort isn't up to snuff. But he's got to get out there in situational pass rushing downs, get some pressure on May, and, that's it, baby. I expect him to play.
I expect him to play too, but you know what? You talked about how like this is a big game going up against the obviously the New England Patriots, but like a big game was had just this past weekend where we went up against the Bengals and we needed that win. I would have thought, obviously fresh hamstring. I would have thought he would have been questionable. I'm not sure, but it was like designated. He's out. He's not playing. So like, I wonder if going up against this Bengals offense, they felt we're going to be just fine. We got a good game plan, et cetera, et cetera. So this, I guess, seems to be a bigger game for the Bills, obviously with the division on the line and for future games going into this end of the season. But I would have thought they would have played him last week. So I guess they wanted to hold on to him, make sure he's ready to go for this very game so they can give these guys some hell when they go to Foxborough. So I'm looking forward to seeing this guy, man, because without him, boy, did our pass rush look anemic. We had nothing. The guy that had the sack on the defense was our cornerback off of a freaking manufactured cornerback blitz, for crying out loud. So Lord knows we need some pressure, and it's got to come from the front four. Can't just keep coming from the corner side. Yeah. So that one thing that I wanted to go ahead, jump in there.
Yeah, I understand. Trust me. I'm pretty sure everybody was aware that not having Bosa against Cincinnati was not a good setup, but it just wasn't an option. It was a fresh hamstring. He's just not coming back in 1 week. Yep. But 2 weeks. Mild, he can do it. All right.
I like it.
Ease him in, don't do anything crazy, but he could be a difference maker in the game. So
no doubt.
Expect him to go.
Here's an off cuff question for you. My guy Maybach Mel. He says, Rico, and I'm gonna put this for both of us to answer this. Is this game more important for the Bills or the Patriots? I'll let you jump in on this one. How do you feel about this game? Is it more important for the Patriots to maintain this lead, or is it more important for this Bills to try to squeeze this win in and not be swept by the Patriots? And number two, be completely out of the running to win that division. So which one's more important for you? And which one who's looking at this as a more important game?
It's more important for the Bills. The Patriots have a buffer here for a couple reasons. They already beat the Bills in Buffalo. So they probably feel like, that was a big one. And then they also almost have the division locked up. They don't win this game, they can still go handle business over the next 3 weeks and still clinch it. Buffalo's probably feeling pressure, to get into the playoffs since we're a little bit close to the fringe. And 2, you really don't want to have that feeling of passing, what do you call it? Passing the guard, when you
passing the torch over. Yeah.
You don't want to have a passing the torch moment. You don't want to go in there. Remember, this is a t-shirt and hat game. So if they beat us, they're going to roll out with the shirts and the hats. And I think that would be
at home.
Now it's not the end of the world. You got the right guys in the locker room. They go and they say this shit's never happening again. Okay. And we don't want to feel that again. But I think it would be a morale hit, probably more to the fans than the players. But with that said, the Bills have more to lose here. Patriots are already kind of in the driver's seat.
This is an important game for both guys, because for the Patriots, if you're going to look at it from the Patriots side, this is like you almost mentioned, passing of the guard, where they're like, we can beat Big Brother. Big Brother's had this division now the past 5 years. Like, we can put our stake in and say, oh, hold on now, Big Brother. Like, now you got some competition. You're not just gonna sit here and come in here and on our turf and come handle business. In that regards, pressure's on for the Patriots as well to maintain this 10-game win streak or 11-game win streak that they have. So they've been, running through some teams, and as they should, because some of the teams that they've played haven't been great. But this one's a pivotal one for these Patriots because it's a prove-it game. Was the first game a fluke? Josh gave the ball up 3 times, 11 penalties for almost 100 yards. Like, there was a lot of things that didn't go the Bills' way, and we barely got out of that game. So Diggs going for 140 yards, hasn't done that since. That was the first time he went over 140 yards in forever, and he's been modest ever since. And I'm saying modest, and I'm being nice when I say that. So, like, maybe there is a lot to prove. But for these Bills, like you said, you can't let the Patriots come in and sweep you guys. Are you insane? Ain't no way. And right now, Drake May is getting a lot of love, but I think big dog Josh Allen has to come in and say, hold on, big bro. I'm that dude. All right, let me show you what's good, and I'll show you what's really good. And I think the Bills, I think this one's a little bit more important for these Bills to get it, and not only that, help themselves in the seeding. Not that it's going to really matter, but help themselves in the seeding, and then propel them to go forward. But we got some tough matchups coming up, so this is a momentum builder for the Bills. That's why I see it as well. Right, 2 games in a row. We haven't done that in a little bit now, and going for a third against a big time opponent. I think that it slightly teeters over to the Bills having a little bit more importance on their side. And appreciate that question coming from my guy, Maybach Mel. Much love to you. All right, let's get back to the injury report, my G.
Yeah.
Spencer Brown, my man. So he missed last week. Mr. Ryan Vandermark came in. We certainly noticed a difference when Ryan Vandermark was in. We welcome Mr. Spencer Brown back. I assume he'll be back this week because last week they were like, hey, is he coming back? Is he in? Is he not?
Yeah.
And then he was out. And here we are. So what are your thoughts? Talk to me.
Playing. He's going to play. He said he's going to play. So, I'm assuming he's definitely playing. So, again, subluxation, little labral issue. What's up, little guy? And, 1.5 weeks is the average. He's going to have 2.5 going into this game. And when he comes out and says, hey, I'm playing, I'm going to assume he's suiting up.
Appreciate you, big dog. I have my son in my way. You know what? Come here. You know what? You're gonna come with show with dad. All right.
Do you want me to show him the dance?
He might want to follow. So we're gonna do the podcast together. Daddy's on daddy duty. Mom's out, so we doing it. All right. So I appreciate that. And I apologize. Thank you, my guy. So when it comes to hold on. So we were talking about Spencer Brown. I think he plays. You agreed, and I was hearing half of what you're saying. He should be playing. So we should have both our bookend tackles. Love it. Now, you mentioned earlier, I think it was Milton Williams is not going to be in this game. I saw you tweet it. That should bode well for us as well. Not a lot of pressure coming from the interior, so it gives us a lot of help. More on when you're looking at this line, Josh Allen having these bookend guys back. Now I'm looking at Kincaid. Last week, they said he got out of the week pretty good. He was in good shape. No setbacks. So having my bookend tackles, now my starting tight end, how good is that for us to hear that there weren't any setbacks? Everything looked pretty good.
No, it's great. Listen, I think the hamstring is about 5 weeks out for Kincaid. That's almost in the rearview mirror. Obviously, it's good enough to play, but you're just always a little nervous. But the big thing with him was the knee, and he showed up. Apparently, he McDermott said, so I'm not just making this up. He said he aggravated his knee while rehabbing his hamstring. So he had the PCL injury on his left knee last year, which made him miss like 3 or 4 games. And then he had the right hamstring. So it's not even the same leg, which is mind-boggling. But when you do hamstring curls, because your hamstrings come from the back of your leg and they attach to your shin bones from the back, when you contract them real hard, it causes like a posterior glide of your tibia on your femur. Femur is where your thigh is, tibia is where your shin is. And the PCL is the ligament that restricts that translation. So I'm assuming he was working his hamstring so hard, he tweaked his PCL that he hurt last year, which raises a bigger concern. If you got a professional football player who can't do his hamstrings too hard or he's going to injure his knee, you might want to fix that in the offseason. And then the other thing is how bad is it? So everyone freaked out because he was in a knee brace, which I was too, because that wasn't just like a little knee sleeve. That was a very restrictive brace. Yeah, I thought there was no way he was playing, but they still had him questionable. I was way more optimistic when we talked on Wednesday before he showed up with the brace. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to play off the hamstring injury. And with that said, he went out. He actually didn't play with that brace. He played with a thinner brace, like a sleeve that kind of one of those that we saw Max Hairston downgrade from the big bulky brace to the smaller sleeve. Now Max Hairston is totally away from that sleeve, but that's what Kincaid was wearing during the game. So the fact that he was able to play with that, it must not have been that bad. And he got through the game. Let's go. Going back to Spencer Brown, though, we talked about this last week. It's the post arm, and it's going to be real susceptible. He's going to wear a harness, which can give him some protection. But if he gets caught with his arm out like this, he's probably going to get knocked out of the game and potentially not come back, and he's just going to have surgery. Depends how much damage happens in the socket each time it kind of pops in and out. So good luck.
In a position that he plays, how often, with the movements he's doing constantly, and it's his right shoulder, if I remember correct. Was it inside or outside shoulder?
It's his outside shoulder. It's his post
outside shoulder. So yeah, so he's that's a tall task.
Not good. Now he played through the inside shoulder and finished the season 2 years ago.
Yeah,
but that's his inside arm. There's two ways that you're going to do it, right? If the guy's coming around you on the outside and you're trying to stop him at the last second, and it goes. Or just how he got hurt in the first place is he's going for a run block, and the guy doesn't hit him in the chest. He gets him out here to get like a paw on his chest, and then he just runs through his arm like a turnstile and then pops it out. With that said, it's a high risk to re-aggravate. Let's hope for the best. He's a beast. He's going to try to play through it, but you saw what happened when his shoulder's not feeling well. He got the crap kicked out of him. So he's not Superman if he's hurt. But he's going to come back this week, and we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see how it goes. I'm not saying that the Patriots have a monster pass rush, but it's a good defense altogether. A very overall good defense. I think it's a top 10 defense. So we're gonna have our hands full. But I trust that Spencer, if he was somewhat able to go last week, but they held him out last minute, I think he should be a lot better this week. So it's just a pain tolerance, like you said. So we'll see how Spencer Brown takes this on. All right, a couple more that I want to touch on. We touched a little bit on Josh Palmer, and obviously I'm not going to worry too much, obviously, about Dawson Knox with his personal. Ed Oliver. Talk to me about Ed Oliver, because we're starting to see a lot more footage of Ed doing his thing, some push-ups. And he had his little man, or I think it was a baby boy, and he was throwing up the baby boy up and down. So like he's and I remember we talked about this. This is not about the push part; it's about the pull part. So him with his baby girl or baby boy, I'm not sure who, but that looks good to me. Now, listen, what do I know? So is that great progress, and could we see him much sooner than his anticipated return date, or do we just wait it out until he's properly prepared to come back?
Okay.
Based on what you know, based on what you've seen, because we're all going by footage. You're not in the room with him, but based on footage.
Yeah. The proper return date is 5 to 6 months. So keep that in mind. They're going to push him through and let him play at 3 months. So, okay. So just
I like how you set me up though. 5 to 6 months. That is your baseline
info.
Yeah, got it.
So that's your baseline info. Now, Ed Oliver doing some push-ups. That's cool. Listen, he's obviously doing really well, and this bodes well for him to come back in the playoffs.
Okay.
Don't get too excited when you see someone do triceps when it's a bicep injury. It's a different muscle.
Got it.
But I didn't really make a big deal about this a couple weeks ago, but he was doing bicep curls with his child at 4 weeks that you're not even supposed to be doing curls until 6. So to do the bicep curl early, it's lightweight. This is a professional football player. The kid's 20 to 30 pounds. I understand this is like a feather.
And he's young. And he's not Cam Hayward, right? He's a young guy. Go on.
But as a father, you can't be testing out your bicep on your child. I mean, he tossed the kid up. What if he tweaked it? Dude, who cares about his bicep? What if he drops the kid because it hurts? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Maybe
I got you. I hear you.
But that was very risky. I mean, and then to document it and put it out there is like kind of outrageous. But yeah, this all means he's doing really good. The team's not going to push it and put him in before the playoffs. He's at a real high risk coming back anytime before 4 months for a re-rupture. They're going to test it. They're going to try to get him through around 3 months. You've seen this with a couple marquee guys. I mean, J.J. Watt reset the rehab market per se when he came back from his pec. He came back early against us. Yeah,
yep.
At 11 and a half weeks. When people saw that, they're like, okay, it's super risky, but it can actually work. Now, the better you are, if you're, I like using Madden analogies. If I'm a 99 player in Madden and I'm coming back early from a surgery, I'm still like an 85. You know what I mean? Right. Which is better than a lot of people. Now, Ed Oliver's one of those dudes, right? But if you're like, I'm not trying to call anyone out on the team, but if you're like AJ Epinesa and you tore your back, oh no, if you're now I feel real bad. If you're DeMar Hamlin and you're trying to come back in 3 months off a pec, I don't think you're going to move the needle. Kid, just rest it for the full 5. Okay, that's fair. So with that said, Ed's going to come back. He's got to wait until close to 3 months. I mean, 11 weeks, maybe, divisional. AFC Championship, I'll take it. But I think the real expectation is, dude, this guy's going to wait until the Super Bowl. But AFC Championship, I can see it happening, especially because you'll have a week off before the Super Bowl. You can rest it a little bit. But I would not expect him to come back in the wild card. Get a little more excited for the divisional. I'm sure he'd be activated at that point, practicing. But I don't think they would pull the trigger until AFC Championship. I think that's 11 weeks. I did the math a while ago.
I don't know why I believed. I mean, whether I read it somewhere or over saw someone talking about it, but for some reason I anticipated him returning end of the year, like week 7, like last game of the year into the wild card. So you're like, bro, it ain't happening, bro. If it does, wow, miraculous. But let it play out the way it's supposed to. Let him heal. We'll probably see him divisional. And if things go really well, we'll see him in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Not probably in the divisional. Slim chance in the divisional.
Oh shit, slim chance. Golly, man. All right.
Yeah.
Bet.
I'd say no wild card, slim chance divisional. Cautiously optimistic AFC Championship game. He's definitely playing in the Super Bowl. That should be the expectation.
So I just got to put my head that I ain't going to see Ed. I'm not going to see Ed until we reach the Super Bowl. So I put that to rest. I got to deal with
Buffalo Fanatics. What's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
Hey, this is Steve Gorman, radio host, sports commentator, former drummer for the Black Crowes. The winter holidays are here, a time for festive celebrations, family gatherings, and ringing in the new year. Whether it's a holiday party, a night out with friends, or just relaxing by the fire with a few drinks, it's a season full of good cheer. But here's something else to add to your holiday plans: a safe and sober ride home. Just like in sports and music, always have a game plan. And the most important part of any plan is sticking to it. If you plan to drink, take that plan a step further. Call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or have a designated driver lined up before the night begins. Drinking and driving is a decision that can change your life and the lives of others forever. A DUI, a crash, an injury. The consequences are real and lasting. So please, for your sake and for everyone else on the road, make the smart choice. Get a sober ride home. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
You know what I'm saying? Daquan Jones, I got to deal. Not that I got to deal. You mean I got to deal with Phillips. I got to deal with who I'm dealing with right now. And don't put my hopes up for Ed Oliver. Noted. Thank you so much for that. You crushed my hopes because I thought that brother was coming back. But you brought me back to what you've done is you brought me back to reality. You brought me back to reality.
Can't have all good things today. I mean, we started off real strong. I guess I had to get my 2 cents in on something bad. But it's not bad. I mean, this is still remarkable that there's a shot for him to come back. I mean, guys never come back on biceps. Pecs are the only ones that started to do it. Now, the guy from the Eagles came back early for a tricep, which I think is even worse than the bicep, if you ask me, because it's a lot of this motion in football. And he retore it in the Super Bowl. So then he had to retire, but now they actually got him to unretire. What's his name?
Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
Graham. Yeah.
But why you do it in the end of the playoffs and not early in the playoffs is because, there's that risk. And then if they do tear it, whatever, it's the end of the season. Just get it fixed again. So that's that. I think we might have missed one injury though. So if you just pull that back up.
Well, I'm pulling the list back up because I think we got them all. We talked slightly about Palmer with his ankle.
Yeah,
with him coming back. But I mean, listen, if he returns and he's good to go, I'm liking it. But let's kind of talk about it a little bit more because he was talking about the coaches. I guess he tried to rush back and then just shut it down and just come back when you're completely healed. That's what I kind of deciphered through. Is that what you kind of got from him talking with the media and them asking him questions? Because it seemed like he was trying to come back before he was ready for him to come back.
Palmer,
yeah. The way he was talking to the media, that's what it felt like, at least to me.
It's hard for me to decipher what actually happened because he had 5 weeks of rest, 4 or 5 weeks of rest when he initially came back. It's a 4 to 6 week injury, and then he played 50% of the snaps for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
started fine in practice. Coach didn't mention him, and then he popped up as a surprise limited. This is after the 2 games he came back, and then he was shut down the next day. To me, that screams it got irritated in practice, but it might have been a combination of it was sore after the game and he just went out to practice on Wednesday and it just never recovered enough from the last game.
Never felt good.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, well, my man Douglas is saying, what exactly was Palmer's original injury from the Atlanta game?
Yeah.
Was it the ankle? Was that what it was? Or was it the knee?
It was a double injury. So the way he twisted up and then his knee folded in. So he had a high ankle sprain, and an MCL of the knee.
Oh, that's a double
The
whammy.
MCL of the knees heal really good. Great blood supply. Those are quick. 2-3 weeks, boom. No looking back. The high ankles are, tricky. 4 to 6 weeks. Some guys come back in 3. A lot of times they get re-aggravated. Look at Khalil Shakir. I mean, how many times does he look like he tweaked his ankle? Those are all that is his high ankle ligament. He had another tweak during the game, and I'm surprised he wasn't on the injury report.
I saw. He stated it.
Toe got stuck, foot got rotated out. He couldn't walk back to the huddle. Then they threw it to the next play. He couldn't even plant, and he still finished the game. So it is what it is. I guess that just, I don't know, gave him a shot of pain. And then the Allen thing. So Allen had that weird. See, I didn't know if it was something or it was nothing, but let's hear out my conspiracy.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, because this is a good one. This is interesting. I'm always trying to connect the dots like a psycho.
I know you are. I'm invested right now.
Yeah. So Allen's last slide on that 15-yard pickup, he picked up 20 to ice the game. He's sliding.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And his foot's sticking out, and the DB whacks his foot. And then he gathers himself, and I know he was kind of looking for the ball underneath him, but he looked like he kind of had a pause, like something was up. The end of the game goes by. If you put, okay, this is perfect. This is the tweet. Yeah, see how it kind of nicks it and kind of rotates his ankle, the tip of his right ankle. And then he starts to get up, and he's kind of like, oh, something's wrong with my footing. But he's kind of looking for the ball. I don't know. But if you go back and watch his foot kind of get nicked, this is his right foot. It's the sliding ankle. See how it kind of gets whacked there?
It looked like shin on shin.
Yeah, and it kind of the ankle kind of goes like this too, which would have given him
just a bit of a tweak. Just a bit of a tweak.
Okay, so that happens, but he doesn't limp off the field. Everything seems fine. Then he goes and does his press conference. And as he comes off the podium, he gets to the bottom of the stairs and he goes, "Oh," like he felt something.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. So that was like, okay, so what the hell was that? And then they get to the locker room. So if you pull up the whole tweet, I had the locker room video. I didn't have the post-game interview. And he does this weird waddle as he walks up to McDermott, like he's limping. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I kind of put those together. Yeah, you see him waddling?
Well, see, this is where you jump into the conspiracies where I'm like, I'm not buying this one. Now, and I'll tell you why. Because he looks like he's being, and I'm going to use the word bashful, if you will. Because if you go back, because he was just being funny. So he was like, I guess if you want me. And this thing was like, I guess if you want me to come up there. That's what it looked like to me. I guess I'll go up there.
Come on, coach. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm not sitting here like slamming the table. Oh my God,
totally. I get it.
But I'm kind of putting together these three things: the post game, the last play, and then this. And I'm thinking, is there something there? So yeah, if you read the tweet, I even said it's probably nothing, or it could be the end of the world. We'll see. So,
or like my man Videsh says, he's just sore.
Yeah,
he's just sore. He took a bit of a beating. That was a huge game for us. Away we go. But I always do appreciate when you do these deep dives because sometimes it ends up being revealed a couple weeks later that, he did tweak his foot doing this, or he did when he fell on his elbow, it did happen, or whatever comes out, it usually ends up coming out. So you're sometimes you're on something. You're on a rabbit hole. You're in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? How deep you decide to go in that rabbit hole. That's a thigh dog thing.
Thighs bunny.
That thighs bunny, man. That thighs bunny. All right, I got a question before you get out of here because you got to get out of here shortly. How much time I got with you?
10, 15 minutes.
Boom. Here we go. So we're both born in the 84, 83 year, right? Are you 83?
85.
You're 85? Okay, I'm a little older. I'm 84. All right.
Yeah.
And if I were to say, hey man, we're going to some of the young boys asked us to come out and play some pickup basketball. I know you haven't put the cleats on in a long time. Are you in? You probably say, yeah, man, I haven't done any cardio in a minute. Let's go play. Basketball. We're talking about basketball.
Oh, basketball.
You know what? Or you know what? There's some guys want to play some flag football. Are you in? You'd be like, you know what? I haven't done it in a while, but I guess I can come out and do it. you'd probably come out just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
How hurt, like how sore would you be after such game? Sprinting up and down, cutting, coming back, turning how you haven't turned in a long time. You'd probably be pretty sore.
Very sore.
Absolutely sore.
What is Phillip Rivers going to be feeling like?
what the hell is Phillip Rivers going to be feeling when he's on the practice squad? I mean, who knows what he's been doing this whole time, right? Maybe this last year he's been gearing back up for just this moment. Something tells me absolutely not. However, your thoughts on Phillip Rivers actually coming back out of retirement after what, 3 years? 4 years, I think. And now coming to be on an active roster late into the season without an off season. Are you kidding me? Tell me I'm crazy.
Yeah.
What's going on?
No, it is crazy. Now, if there's anyone who can do it, it's a pocket passing quarterback. Like, you're not getting a 44-year-old defensive end, right?
Correct.
Or a receiver. This is not going to happen. That's more running, cutting, jumping, collisions. He's going to have to protect himself, but he's going to have to, like, late Tom Brady, Joe Flacco it. The guys are getting in there. You got to win with your brain. So this guy doesn't have to actually move too much. Just have some pocket. That pocket's collapsing. You know where to throw it. That is what was fun about, not fun, but, impressive about Brady late, because we watched a lot of Brady.
Of course we did.
But once he got to the end of that Tampa Bay thing, as soon as the guys were coming close, he just, with his brain, he knew where to throw the ball, where it wouldn't be intentional grounding. No one would catch it. And it was basically like grounding it, but throwing it to a dead spot. So he better be good at that. So, because I don't think he's going to be able to take a beating. Flacco has at least been in the system and training like a professional football player for the past few years. This guy's been coaching college, high school football and looks a little chunky, to be honest. So, he's tough as nails, though. So he's going to win.
He's always been tough. Always been tough.
But if he's getting whacked around, the protection's not holding up, it's not going to go well. But if you see him, getting rid of the ball quick, playing with his head, not really getting touched, and he doesn't have to scramble, you never know. It might actually work. Might work pretty good. I mean, it's probably going to be, it could get as good as like a Flacco situation. So you
got Jonathan Taylor back there. You have a pretty good offensive line. You're really there to be a game manager. You're going to live through the tight ends. I mean, shoot, you might as well call Antonio Gates to come back. I mean, Tyler Warren's a damn good tight end, so maybe it could work out. But then I saw him throw, and I remembered, that's an ugly delivery throw that I've seen from where it looks like he's throwing a shot put. I never loved Phillip Rivers' throwing style, and it just looks like an old man playing touch football again. It's just like, what? You're gonna trot that old man out there and do this? That's craziness. I'm 41. I just turned 41, and like I think I can go out there and do. And I haven't done some really physical stuff in a long time, but they're professional athletes for a reason. He did it for a long time. I'm sure he knows how to get himself back into shape. Like you said, he's a quarterback. They ain't asking him to be a freaking receiver. Although if I needed T.O. to come out, I'm sure T.O. could do some good things. If I needed Ocho Cinco to come out, I'm sure Chad Johnson can come out and do some good things. But this is bizarre. And here's my take on it too, right? I feel like it's insulting. I don't know. It's just me. It's insulting to go after a 44-year-old that's been out of the game for that long when you have starving quarterbacks that want to play, right? That want to be developed. Like, where's the development, man? Develop these young guys to get these reps. If your team ain't gonna make it, then cool. But I get the desperation mode that they're in. But to go after Phillip Rivers, I thought this was a joke. Before I clicked it, I was like, nah, this has got to be a fake account. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, this is real. Yeah. What the heck is going on? So I guess we're going to find out.
They're down 3 quarterbacks. So it's not like Richardson's available and they picked him up off the street to jump him. And then even their Ripken guy, the third stringer.
Riley Leonard. Oh, yeah, Ripien. Brett Ripien. That's right.
Yeah.
Correct. So
they're on like QB4. So, and the whole thing with their owner passing and then the daughters on the sideline and she seems like she's very into it. They just wasted 2 first-round picks on Sauce Gardner to totally wipe out their future there. And they got a quarterback that they thought they were going to move forward with, and now he's got a torn Achilles. So they're just trying to hold the season together by glue. And I think what Flacco's been able to do and what Tom Brady did late in his career, and to an extent what Rodgers is doing, it just shows you that if these guys can win with their brain, it's possible. But this is crazy because he's been out of the league for a couple years and he's 44. So
I'll say this. I got this thing playing in the. I'll just show you this. Is this what we can anticipate that Phillip Rivers will look like?
Pete Carroll.
Could we see a little bit of this going on in Indianapolis? I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. Who are they playing this week?
Who are they playing? I'm still laughing.
Imagine if they're playing Houston.
If they're playing Houston, good luck. Colts. Colts schedule. Who they playing?
Seattle. I'm seeing a bunch of Seattles in the comments.
Oh, that's a tough. Seahawks is one of the best, if not the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
You got the Seahawks and you got the 49ers and you got the Jaguars. Yeah, good luck, bro.
Good luck, Phillip.
Then they got the Texans on the last week of the season, bro.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, their boys are cooked, boy. Their boys are cooked. I don't know if this was just a publicity to get people in the stands. I don't know. But boy, oh boy, that is something. That is something. All right. Before I let you go, we got the Patriots coming up, obviously Sunday. What are you looking forward to seeing in that game? What do you anticipate takes place? Do we even the series at 1-1, or are the Patriots the real deal? Are they going to host us and send us packing in that same game and do the Hatton t-shirt in their stadium?
No, I think we don't take them lightly, and I think we stick it to them. I bet it's close most of the game, and I think we're going to pull away at the end where it's comfortable. Josh is going to make some plays. I think we're going to run the ball well. They haven't been stopping the run lately. Bosa comes back. Their left tackle's on the IR too. That stud rookie they got.
Yeah.
Drake May's probably going to do some good stuff, but I don't think they're going to let Diggs eat him up this time. And I think it's going to go a lot better. That's what I think is going to happen.
Listen, man, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a fun one. But here's the good thing. Just a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, we had a laundry list of guys on this injury list. And now we've shortened it. We shortened it to a lot of did not practice, but personal, and to full and limited. This is a fantastic sign. It just sucks that we have a whole bunch of other guys on IR that we could have definitely used in this game. Ed Oliver being one of them, and Michael Hoyt being another. My gosh, just those two guys alone would make this difference in this defense. So we'll see. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the linebacker position. Do you leave Shaq Thompson in and give an extra week's rest to Bernard, or do you find a way to work him in with Milano and work him in this defense? We'll soon find out. My man, we appreciate you. We will be looking forward to your article on Saturday morning. We got a couple more days of figuring out who's what and what's going on. We hope to see a lot more limiteds and full practices. But ThighDoctor.com Saturday morning. I'm looking forward to it. Anything else you want to let the people know?
When in doubt, thigh it out.
When in doubt, thigh it out. By the way, ladies, I want you to be here for this. Folks, I gave you guys the link yesterday to go to the supportbf.com and go for your merch. I'm here to tell you, here's the code to get 17% off, right? 17.
Ooh.
But I want you to specifically go and get that when in doubt, thigh it out merch. BF17. Go ahead and get that BF17. There's the code. I told you guys. I promise you guys I'll get you guys a discount. It's Christmas. Stocking stuffers. Go ahead and do that. BF17 is the code to get yourself 17% off. I'm trying to hook y'all up, man. Merry Christmas. Thigh Doc. I hope they purchase a whole bunch of those thighed out shirts. I'm telling you, it'll be off the racks. All right, my man. We'll see you. We'll catch you up soon.
Go Bills. I love you. Take care.
I love you too, buddy. That's my guy, the Thigh Doc himself. All right. So yeah, man. Listen, this was out of the weeks that we've been doing this with the Thigh Doc, listen, this is encouraging. This is encouraging. So we've got a lot more guys that are going to be ready to play. The one that really surprised me was Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer actually being available to play in this game is something that actually really interests me. So what can we expect? Are we still going to work through the tight ends, or will we now start to kind of spread the ball out? That I don't know. What really is intriguing to me is if you saw the percentage of plays that each player was playing on the receiver end, you would have noticed that Gabe Davis has now surpassed Keon Coleman in the amount of snaps. Now, did we see that coming? Absolutely. You saw it coming, and after watching film from the previous game, and you saw the hustle, if you will, or lack thereof, from Keon, it's just not good enough, bro. It's not good enough. Do I still believe in Keon? Absolutely, but like, my gosh, man, like I need more. I need more from this brother, man. I really do, and I'm not the only one. We all do. And if you're not going to produce, if you're not going to give up what we need out of you, or what your quarterback, forget about what the fans are looking for, what your quarterback wants from you and needs from you, bro, they're gonna give it to somebody else. So Gabe Davis has now surpassed him in in opportunities. I think he was on the field like 60% of the time, and they dropped the percentage of time that Keon Coleman's on the field to the 28% of the time. What a drastic change. So Gabe Davis now becomes the X, if you will. And Josh Palmer returning is a good sign. So he'll regain his position, and we'll go from there. And then Keon gets worked in, Brandon Cooks gets worked in. Maybe they put him in the slot a couple times, and 4 receiver sets. Well, who knows how this all shakes out? But what I do love is that we will have somebody coming off a big game and Dawson Knox coming off a huge game. So he's got some juice left in him. You got a 2 weeks now that will have a healthy Kincaid. So that opens up the middle of that defense. So I love what I'm seeing there. The Bills defense will be going up against a line that does not have Will Campbell in that line, with their premier, tackle that got hurt, which maybe like a couple of weeks ago. So he's out for the season, from what I understand. So, and Milton Williams is missing. So they've got some guys that are missing on their team. I mean, everybody's dealing with injuries. So we can't sit here and we talk about all the Bills are beat up this time and third. Other teams have their fair share of injuries. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Bills respond. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Bills come out here and just really make a statement in Foxborough on the road, so we can get things cracking. Because I'm looking. Listen. I can't tell you how much I want this game, man. And as much as they're great at stopping the run and doing what they need to do, I think James Cook comes out and opens up and has a good game himself. I'm sure he's looking forward to doing big things. And 3 turnovers is just, I just can't see it happening again. Can't see that happening again. And one thing that I do like about what Josh Allen does is when he's facing competition, when he's facing, big time quarterbacks. And right now, Drake May is a big time quarterback in this league. Josh, he seems to step up to the plate and say, well, hold on a second. If you saw it, stepped up to the plate against the Baltimore Ravens. Check. Stepped up to the plate against Joe Burrow. Check. Stepped up to the plate against Pat Mahomes. Check. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is just you hope that he keeps that consistency. Not just him, but the offense keeps that consistency, because we go up against, not so great quarterbacks, and we just Michael Penix, poo-poo the bed, right? Tua Tagovailoa, poo-poo the bed. Like, fam, we can't be doing that, man. We can't be playing down. We got to keep that level of consistency going forward. We have one of the best O-lines in the game. We have a solid running back, a very, very good running back. There should be no reason for you to downplay your player, come down to the level of these guys. No way. This is where we're in the month of December. We step our game up and we continue to rise. That's what it comes down to. So we'll go from there. My man said, yo, Walter does not like Palmer. What did Walter have to say about Palmer? Let me see. My man said, yo, what has Palmer done to outsnap anyone? I've never seen a player more well-received for catching 2 passes a game. I mean, listen, there are some people that can come into to come onto a team and really just gravitate towards his offense and really do well. I can't think of a 1 year, the one, I mean, obviously Diggs is a different ball game, but when Diggs came onto the first year with Josh Allen, they spent every moment together. I wouldn't be surprised if they had slumber parties, right? They were playing video games. They just connected. I don't think I've read anything or seen anything that showed that Josh had the same commitment that he had then with the guys that he has now. Maybe completely different, but nonetheless, I don't think I've seen that. So he hasn't caught on. What I'm trying to get to is Palmer hasn't quite caught on. But it ain't too late. Maybe he just got to get healthy and get acclimated, because I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, like stretch it and try to find something, but the first game didn't look bad. Not bad at all. I mean, we had to kind of put the ball in the air, but he didn't look bad at all. In the Atlanta game, it seems as though he was starting to get going, and then down he goes, and we haven't really seen much of him since. So this is like, we haven't really seen enough. We haven't really seen enough to really say, what has he done to do? I'm saying it in the point where we just haven't seen enough of that period. It feels like Walter's saying, I haven't seen enough from this guy because he's not good enough. So clarify what you mean. It feels that's what you're saying, but I could be wrong. But we just haven't seen enough of the brother. That's it. That's all it comes down to. My man Rage Dog. What's up, Rage Dog? Rage Dog comes in and says, Palmer garners eyes. He's the Cooper of the 2025 season. He'll pull a better cornerback, so the other receivers have lesser cornerbacks and LBs to cover them. We'll see. I'd love for that to happen. It's just we haven't seen it. But now it seems as though there's been a groove that's been found between Josh and Joe Brady. That's 2 games in a row now. Joe Brady has called a decent game, a game plan, and away we go. And I know some people want to poo-poo and say, well, you're playing a terrible defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, that same Pittsburgh Steelers is just beat on the Baltimore Ravens. And that same Baltimore Ravens, although we won that game, we had no business winning it, but we won that game. These guys were cooking us until we really got it together, right? But that's at the beginning of the season. Week 1 is always a crapshoot. You just never know what's going to take place in those moments. But the point is this. We beat 2 teams. One of them is still vying for their division lead, whether you want to like it or not. That's just what it is. And the Bengals were really still in the hunt to try to make something happen, because had they beaten the Bills, all we'd be talking about in the media is how the Bengals is the one team you do not want to see now that Joe Burrow and all these guys are back. That's what we'd be hearing. That would be the narrative. They wouldn't be talking about their terrible defense. They'd be saying, this is a team you don't want to see. And they're even saying it now. No, it's too bad that they didn't do this, that, and the third. Well, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. There's not much you can do. You gotta win the games you're supposed to win. You gotta win the games you're supposed to win. My girl L Boogie says, I like Palmer as our deep threat. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's back too, man. If he comes back and he really makes his offense open up and look different and allows Josh to settle and not have to be rushed out of the pocket without Milton Williams, pushing down and pushing us down like that, I'll take that all day. I'll absolutely take that all day. All right. So that's it for our show, man. We just want to really touch on the obviously the injury situation, and it seems as though we've got that in check. Nothing too glaring that's out of the way. So those are things that you actually want to see going into this game, where there's not that we're going to use any excuses, but there are no excuses. I mean, everything is where it's supposed to be for a reason. And that's what we're going to do. So let us get into Thursday night's game that's going to be happening tomorrow. I know you guys are excited about that. It's not a bad game. Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Bucks will be facing off. That'll be a big one. And what do you see? What do you anticipate going in that game? Is that going to be a good one? Is that a good one to watch? I don't know. We're going to find out. But if you are going to be participating and watching that game, go ahead and jump in and get that free entry, man. $20 entry that we are hooking you up. All you got to do is use that BF code BF25. Get a 100% match up to $100, and you have it right there in your face. What are you guys waiting for, man? That's where it's at. You guys should jump all over it. And if you have not used the code yet, go ahead and use that promo code BF25, and you get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. So see the sleeper terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. So check out your sleeper today. If you are sad like myself that my team is out of the playoffs. I got bounced out by less than 20 points. I ended my season 7-7. My season started super hot. Then I went on a huge losing streak. Then I started getting guys back healthy. Then I started making some free agent moves, and I thought I was in, and I got bounced out. I'm not too happy about that. But you know who's not going to be happy? This guy right here. If Raheem Morris doesn't get his act together, all right, and let me switch my page up. If Raheem Morris does not get his act together, I'll tell you, folks, we're good. You might not see that brother back. You might not see that brother back, man. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Let me get my page ready because it's all messing up on me right now. So let me share my page. Now, why is it coming through here like that? Why is it coming through here? There we go. So Atlanta. We got Atlanta with Baker Mayfield facing them off. I got Baker with the passing yards above. That's free. I'm taking that. You already know what time it is. And Bucky Irving, if you guys are in the playoffs and you got Bucky Irving, what a time to be alive, because Bucky Irving will score a touchdown. I can see it. And give me the more on touchdowns, and give me Bijan Robinson more on touchdowns. This is going to be the game of the running backs, man. It's going to be who can run the football and who can stop the football. And we're gonna see how all that shakes out in the end. So if you have not, go ahead and use that BF code 25, 100% match for up to $100, and you'll be set and ready to roll. So that being said, folks, that is my time. If you guys enjoyed this stream, go ahead and smash that like. If I haven't answered any questions, you guys have any questions right now, this is the time to ask, whether it is to do with the NFL, with the Bills. You guys let me know, and this is your time. Now, if you have not, while you guys are concocting your questions to ask me, let me show you a little something just to kind of, give you an idea of what we're going to be showcasing. So if you guys have not gone to supportbf.com, I'm going to help you guys out and allow you to, peruse through the merch gang. If you go through the merch, you guys will see that we're ready to kind of get you guys ready for Christmas. If you have not taken full advantage, take full advantage, guys. I mean, look at this. We got these nice ass tees. In case of emergency, break that glass. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And listen, don't be looking at these prices, right? This is what it looks like for Canadians. So you guys will get an even better price. And guess what? You can use that code BF17. Use that code BF17, and you guys will be set, ready to go. So don't be shy, man. This is one of my favorites right here. The Josh with the MVP with that thing over that. Yo, people be like, yo, where you get that? Yo, just send him over here. We got him. No, let James cook. Every time I walk around with that, people are like, yo, is that who I think it is? Yes, who you think it is, man. And if you don't want it in the black, go ahead and get that red. If you don't want it in the red, jump in that blue, baby. That's how we see it, folks. So this is your opportunity, man. I always get that screwed up. Stuffing stalkers. Is that what you say? Stocking stuffers? I got it all mixed up. Stuffing stalkers, you know what to do. Go ahead and stuff those stockings, and you are set, and they will be happy that you were able to help them out with that. All right. Let me see what's going on. My man Brantley says, yo, your show and Dan's is the best. I appreciate that, man. Dan's my guy. Listen, man, there's a lot of Bills content out there, man. Like you're never without Bills content. That's one thing that I get from other content creators. Who are like, dude, like there's like maybe a handful of content creators for my team, but like I go to Bills and there's just a different podcast, left, right, center. Like it's crazy. It's true. There's a lot of good content out there. So you're never going to be without. So anytime that you guys join our stream, we're always appreciative. Always appreciative. My man says, yo, when is your next stream? Next stream is Friday. It'll be myself and my man Bot. We will be discussing the pregame show, what we'll be anticipating against obviously the Patriots. And then we use our Friday show to talk everything NFL. So anything that is going on around the league, we talk about it. And we'll obviously be talking about playoffs and our scenarios and what they're going to look like. So it'll be fun. It'll be an absolute fun one. So my man said, yo, but you vested vet, bro. Yo, I've been in the game a long time, bro. I've been in the game a long time. One of the OGs in the game, man. So it's good. It's always good to have one of the OGs kind of continue to do this. Who knows how long I'll be able to do this, man? For real. Maybe my little man is going to be the one taking over. I'll be like, I'll be too tired. So, yo, come on and take over. And then little Rico is going to be doing his thing. So that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. You guys have yourself a fantastic evening. And we will catch you guys again on Friday with my man Zebot. And then we'll catch you guys again on Sunday. Afternoon game on top of that. Can't go wrong with that. So we'll see you guys soon. You guys have a great night. We'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.